This episode is supported by FX's Grotesquerie, a new series from executive producer Ryan Murphy. Heinous crimes unsettle a small community, and the local detective feels these atrocities are eerily personal, as if someone or something is taunting her. Starring Niecy Nash-Betts, Courtney B. Vance, Leslie Manville, and Travis Kelce. FX's Grotesquerie premieres September 25th on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Thank you! I couldn't have completed this project without a little extra coffee. And since I brush with Colgate's Pro Series toothpaste with an expert-level whitening for a vibrant glow, I could show up to set each day camera-ready and smiling wide.
Well, Kelly, looks like a little Colgate gave you a lot of confidence.
Colgate Optic White. Find it at all major retailers.
I gave him a check for $4,000.
Wow. How much was the whole thing going to be?
Listen, that's what
No, wait, I'm asking you, how much was the whole thing going to be?
I don't know how much it would have cost.
Well, then why are you handing him $4,000?
Because I was stupid.
This is the plaintiff, Sharon Davis. She says she hired the defendant to build her some shelves and cabinets, paid him $4,000, and he never did any of the work. When she asked for her money back, he told her he would give it back to her only if she slept with him. When she refused, he slashed her tires. She's suing this guy here and now for the $5,000 she's most definitely owed. This is the defendant, Stephen Cobb. He says the plaintiff damaged his truck, sprayed graffiti on it, and kicked in his fenders. He doesn't know the plaintiff anything because he never slashed her tires, and she didn't call the cops because it never happened. He's accused of crummy contracting. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for all he's now out.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
The Honorable Judge Marilyn Milian is now presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Davis, you are suing your neighbor, Mr. Cobb, for $5,000 that you say you are out as a result of criminal mischief on his part. He is counterclaiming against you the very same thing. Tell me what's going on.
So it all started with, I have a friend called Michaela. So I moved from one apartment building to another apartment building. So in the process of moving, my friend came over. So I told her, I said, I wish I could get somebody to build some shelves on the walls so that, the steps kind of shelves that I could put the books. She said, oh, I know somebody. I know somebody that lives right opposite you. I said, yeah. She said, yeah. She picked up the phone and she called Mr. Cobb. Mr. Cobb came over. When he came over, he asked, we started to talk. I took him to my children's bedroom and I showed him what I wanted him to do. I said, could you do it? He said, yes. I said, I want it done in 3 weeks. He said, no problem, he could do it. Then I also asked him, my husband was going to put up my TVs, but the wall where we lived before was thicker. The wall where we is there now is thin. He told my husband, no, you can't put up the TVs. I will put it up because I know that the walls is thin and you have to put brace behind it, and also I can put the...
So how much, so you agree for him to do the shelves, the TV, is there anything else?
No.
All right, and how much are you going to pay him to do that?
So I gave him, that night, we was talking for a long time. I was tired. I gave him a check for $4,000.
Wow. How much was the whole thing going to be?
Listen, that's what
No, wait, I'm asking you, how much was the whole thing going to be?
I don't know how much it would have cost.
Well, then why are you handing him $4,000?
Because I was stupid. Wait,
but who came up with the idea of $4,000?
He came up with it.
But why would you, if the whole thing's going to cost $4,000, why would you pay for the whole thing at once?
Because he said, listen, I could do over your whole bathroom and get your bathroom set up.
Did you hire him to do that?
No.
Then why are you writing him a check for $4,000?
That's what I'm getting to.
What ends up happening? He doesn't do any of it?
Doesn't do any of it.
So he cashed your $4,000 check? Why haven't you called the police?
I called the police.
And they said it's a civil matter?
Yes.
Do you have that lawsuit somewhere else? Because that doesn't look like... So you're suing him for that $4,000 back?
I suing him for not $4,000. I'm only suing him for what he did, what he didn't do.
Okay, but here's what I need to understand. In this lawsuit today in front of me,
it's for my car.
It's only for your car and not for the $4,000?
No, it's for my car.
Do you have that lawsuit in a different courtroom?
It's yes.
Okay, so go on.
He said he's going to do the bathroom, everything. He said everything was costing $10,000. I said, okay, yes, I was.
Did you have it in writing? With a full list of everything he was going to do for 10 grand?
Never give me a list of
What,
nothing.
did you demand it before you wrote a check for $4 grand?
No,
right.
I didn't.
Right. So in any event, according to you, he doesn't finish the job.
No.
Right. And now there's some animosity between the two of you.
Yes.
And what do you tell him when he's not finishing the job? What do you tell him?
I have all the texts here where I keep asking him back for my money, keep telling him to bring back my money. I said, don't bother with the job because he's coming 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in my house. Then he
At night or in the
Yes, at night. That's
Okay.
when he wants to come to work in my house.
When do your tires get slashed?
Okay.
Let's fast forward to that.
This is a long while after.
How long after?
About a month after,
Okay.
3 weeks, because it was the 18th, the
Okay.
18th of June. He slashed
Okay.
my tires. Now, I gave him some paintings from a girl. He has this guy that has a bar that takes people that paints, he puts up the paintings and he sells them for a portion. So one day he brought back the paintings to me. I took the paintings upstairs in a black bag. I never looked at it. So this evening now, I opened the bag for the paintings and realized one of the paintings was destroyed. So I called him. I said, Stephen, how you could give me back the girl paintings and one of the paintings is destroyed and I think one is missing? He starts to curse me out, call me all kinds of names. I said, I'm coming over to your yard and I'm coming for the money for the paintings and I want my money too. When I went to his yard...
Where's your husband in all this? I'm just curious.
My husband is a quack.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
My husband is not confrontational.
Okay.
I am the confrontational one.
Yeah, no, I got that.
But he's a very good handyman. My husband, he will do it. It's just the length of time he will take to do it. Forever. Slow.
Slow as he's like a manatee and I'm a shark. I know your pain.
It's a mess for it's a while.
But like the idea of going over there in the middle of the night to confront somebody to get your money, doesn't your husband say, calm down, let's go to court?
My husband don't live with me. He lives in his own house, I live in mine.
Oh.
But we are very good friends. Right? So
you go over there and say what?
I go over to his house and I call him on the phone. I said, Stephen, I'm coming over to your house and I'm coming for the money for the girl painting because I'm going to have to pay for these paintings and I want my money you owe me. I walked over to his house all this time and I didn't go to his house. I sat on the bench in his yard. While sitting on his bench in his yard, 2 little kids was coming over. So I sat there. He texted me at 12:45. He said, you sit there, I'm not home right now, but when I come over there, I'm going to beat your little down.
Do you have that by text?
Your Honor, I give my daughter my phone to use.
The answer is no, you don't have it. Okay,
but
go
he
on.
Has it. If he has the text, what I send him, he has it.
Go on.
So with that now, I left his yard and I went to after-hour party. I was in the after-hour party at
an after-hour party.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, okay, that is the typical place to go when someone's threatened you with physical violence.
I don't have time with him. I wasn't studying him. I go on a party. I don't have time with him. Okay. So I go into the after-hour party now. In the party, I'm getting these texts. Oh, how you could be so stupid? Why would you do this? The DT police is in front of your door. 5 cops is in front of your house. So I'm texting him, what are you talking about? I'm not even home. What are you talking about? Now, this go on for about 2 weeks. He's texting me and telling, but he's not saying what I did. So I don't know what he's talking about because I know I ain't do anything. I left his yard. But 2 weeks after that, his friend Derek asked me for $80 borrowed. So I said, come to my house for the $80. Derek came to my house and sat down. Me and Derek drinking beer. Derek said, Sharon, so you really slashed that boy tires? I said, me? I was not even, he wasn't even home when I went over there. I know nothing about his tires. He has 11.
Did you slash his tires?
No, I did not, Your Honor. I swear to God, I did not touch his car.
How long after his tires supposedly got slashed did your tires get slashed?
About 2 weeks after.
And what happened?
2 weeks after, I'm watching Orange is Black. You know, that's a long proceed. So I worked 4 days straight and then I worked I'm not working 4 days. So when I'm not working that 4 days, I'm binge watching.
You're
Orange
binge
is
watching
Black.
Orange is the New
Yes.
Black.
So
as one does.
Yes. So I'm sitting down watching Orange is Black. You know that shows go long. It's about like 1:20. I say, let me get up and go smoke a cigarette. I don't smoke in my bedroom. I go to smoke by my kitchen window. My kitchen window is here. My car is right here. I can see my car, right? My car, I'm sitting there blowing the smoke through my kitchen. I saw my car like it's shaking. I'm watching. Then my alarm go off. When my alarm go off, I say, hey, Stephen, leave from by my car and walk over to his house.
According to you, you saw him do it. Did you call?
I didn't see him do it. I saw him leave from my car.
Right, so did you call the police?
No, I did not call the police.
Why not?
Because I didn't know he slashed my car.
Well, what did you think he was doing in the middle of the night and you see your car shake?
This one is a character. I don't know what he was doing in the middle of the night.
Well, but it can't be good. So did you walk out and look at your car?
The next day I did. The next morning I get up dressed for church. Me and my children going to church. I jump into my car. I didn't even look at the wheel, just to show you, Yona. I jumped into my car. I started to drive. My car saying my tire pressure is low. I said, my tire pressure is low. Oh, my tire pressure is low. I drove my car yesterday. It was fine. So I'm driving. Then the car started to go boom, 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 like
the way it does on flat tires.
So when I reached by my mechanic, I said, look, my tire is punctured. He said, no, your tire is not punctured. The 2 tires is gone. You got to leave the car. When he take off the tire, 17 stab on one tire, 5 on the other.
Stabs with knives. It was
stabs.
Right.
Stabs. 17 on one.
All right, let me talk to you, Mr. Cobb.
Yes,
I hear her tell me that you stole her money because you didn't do $4,000 worth of construction.
Yes.
But that you're both still kind of friendly, even when she's still demanding money back.
I'm confused at the story that she's telling.
Okay.
First of all, Your Honor, I have no problem against her until she slashed my tires and I got the damages and everything.
Did you call? According to you, did you see her slash her tires, or you think?
Seen her, videotape.
May I please see the videotape of her slashing?
The videotape is I made sure that I got the detective number and all of that.
No, I don't want somebody's phone number. I want the video.
Because they got it in evidence.
So there's video, and you gave it to the detective?
No, the detective went and got it from the co-op.
Well, couldn't you get it from the co-op too?
No, because the detective, that's why I brought her number, she says investigation.
What does that have to do with it? If the co-op gave it to her, why wouldn't they give it to you if you're in court over it?
Because this is a continuing process. She has a warrant on her now.
She has a warrant?
Right now.
Can I see do you have something in your hands about a warrant? Let me see.
And the number to the detective is there. And while you're looking at that, you want me to speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
We had a conversation because she had started saying that we stole her Roku remote. I was ready to get out of there then. Then I got it all in text
While you're
message.
working, she's saying that? When you're in her house?
While we working. She said we stole her Roku remote. I said, Sharon, your Roku remote could be somewhere in the house. Then the next day, and I got in the text message, she said we stole the TV.
Do you have those text messages?
I got every single text message right here.
Hand them over. I want you to turn your phone on, go to the text messages, and find where she's accusing you of stealing stuff. Tell me about the night your tires were slashed. At that point, you guys are pretty nasty with each other, right? Mm-hmm. No? You think it's fine?
Yes, he took.
Was there something going on?
No.
But according to you, he made a pass at you. How did he make a pass at you? You tell me.
Every time I ask him, look, I have the text here. Every time I ask him for my money, he will tell me he's not giving me my money till he sleep with me. I gotta give him some. What? Swear to God and my children.
Is that in the text? No, don't hand me a chunk of paper.
No.
Stop.
No.
Is what you just said in the text?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
These are things he would tell me in my face.
They're not that. That's why if you say, I got the text, he said I had to give him, I want to see that in the text. All right.
He didn't put it in the text. He would always tell me those things. He would always tell me some rude, vulgar stuff. I would tell him to stop. That's not what I want. I want my money back. The reason why I stopped him from coming to my house because he called me and he said, when I asked him for my money, I have it right here in writing. That's I sure I have in writing. When I asked him for my money, he said, this is why I don't like to do work for.
Your Honor, I really don't know what she's speaking
It's
of.
right.
Oh, I'm reading it. While
okay.
she's saying it, I'm reading it. You did say exactly everything she says you said. Well, why are you saying thank you? That's bad for you, what I just said. Thank you. Like I just said, I'm reading exactly what she says you said.
Okay,
stop.
Okay.
According to you, did she text you and say I slashed your tires?
She called me. She called and said, come downstairs and see what I'm doing. She's in the text. You'll see what she said. If you stroll all the way to the end, going to the end, and if you go to the text with the detective, and I'll show you all the texts.
All right, I'm going to need you to find the text you just said she sent you about I'm at your house, wait till you see, or whatever you just said she sent. In the meantime, I got to tell you, I'm looking at the police report, and in the police... Stop interrupting me.
Sorry.
The police report says that you told the police that she texted you to go check on your car. Did you find that text?
I see those are the ones right there from the detective.
Does that say go check on your car?
Your Honor, when I went to the detective, after they had the police report, she did call me. If you look through the text message, I copy and paste.
Did she text you and say go down and look at your car?
No, she called me.
So why'd you
ma'am.
tell the police that?
I didn't. When I read the police report, that's why I got the detective number for you. That's why I was trying to explain.
No, what you should explain is to have them redo the report and do an addendum and change it if it's wrong.
But if you go through...
He then states that he saw the perp fleeing on foot.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me about the tire slashing.
She called me. She said she want her money. Or she gonna meet me in a back alley and cut my throat.
Okay.
That is on the text message also.
When I tell you that you are a liar, believe me, you would not stop you blank and give me what is mine's until I meet you in the dark and slash your throat. Did you send him that text?
Maybe I did.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa. Landing an account this big will totally change my landscaping business. It's gonna mean hiring more guys and more equipment and new trucks for the new guys to drive the new equipment in. I don't know if I'm ready.
You can do this, and Ford Pro FinSimple can help. Our experts are ready to make growing pains less painful for your business with flexible financing solutions that meet the needs of your business today when you need them. Get started at fordpro.com/financing.
So according to you, you saw her running away after slashing your tires?
Yes, ma'am. She slashed the tires. She poked them with a big knife. They got her poking all 4 tires. After she poked all 4 tires, she took the knife and stabbed both sides of the rearview mirrors and went all the way around the van and stabbed up all the lights, the signal lights in the front, the brake and the signal lights in the back.
Where's the warrant? You said there's a warrant out for her, but what you handed me was a police report. Where's the warrant that you said was out for her?
If you get the phone, you'll see where the detective said it's a warrant.
There's a warrant out for her. All right, listen, I need you to listen to what I'm going to say. I don't know whether there's really a warrant against you or not, but you need to check with the police department.
I did, Your Honor. The detective called me. She called me. She said, Miss Davis, we have a complaint here about you.
Did you slash his tires?
No, I did not.
All right, can you tell me, did you slash her tires in retaliation
I
for
don't even know. She just bought a brand new car. I drove her brand new car.
Okay, can you answer my question?
No.
Did you slash her tires?
No, ma'am.
If not you, then who? Because if you think she slashed yours, wouldn't it stand to reason? Like, how much later were your tires slashed?
2 weeks after.
2 weeks later?
Why would I slash her?
The police have not arrested her, and you're getting angry that you would slash her tires?
17.
And according to you, you saw it, both of you. That's the part that I love the most. Let me tell you 2 things. You probably slashed each other's tires. That's the one thing. And the other thing is, neither one of you saw the other one anywhere near the cars.
No, but
the
joke about
the video.
I saw him, right? And then when the detective called me...
Why don't you call the police?
He has friends in the
police.
What
does that have to do? So what? You call the random number of the police, you think you're going to get his friend? That's silly. You didn't call the police because you didn't see it. That's why.
I see him, Your Honor.
You didn't see it. He didn't see you, and you didn't see him.
I see him. He was doing it.
All right, so what I've got is each of you claiming to have seen the other one slash the tires. Each of you suing each other for $5,000 for the slashed tires. You not even calling the police, though you say that you witnessed him doing it.
I took him to court.
And, but you didn't call the police because he's got friends in the department. Yep. You having a police report, and you claim that there is video that your co-op has, but you didn't get a copy of it and you never asked the co-op for it. So I'm just supposed to take your word for it that video shows are doing. I'll tell you what, I'll take both your words for it. You each did it to each other.
Yeah,
okay? And it washes each other out, and therefore you win 5,000 against him and he wins 5,000 against you, and the net verdict is 0-0. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Josh.
Well, in this extraordinary dispute, unending dispute between these two parties, it's a 0-0 tie. Let's talk to Ms. Davis, the plaintiff. Ms. Davis.
Yes.
Wow, what a case. You didn't win. What do you think?
I won. I won.
You won? No, you didn't.
Yes, I wanted to bring him here so the world can see what a type of man he is. He does not do his job. He lies. He does not do what he's promised. He steals your money and he preys on young women. And that's what I wanted to prove. So I win.
All right. Well, I'm glad you think you won. Good for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You have a good day, too. All right, let's see what Mr. Cobb has to say. She thinks she won. Does he think he won? I don't know. Mr. Cobb.
Yes.
What's your reaction to what just happened? Well, it's quite a case here.
She's a nut.
Really?
That's all I got. With a capital N-U-T.
Okay. Well, you sued for $5,000. You didn't get it. You okay with that?
And she sued for $5,000 also and didn't get it.
Yep.
So it doesn't bother me. And everything she was saying was lying. I don't pay that no attention. I got better things to do.
All right. Well, then go do it.
There you
Thank
go.
you very much.
Have a nice one.
Okay. Very good.
I mean, look, Doug, this is a case where both of these people went kind of berserk, slashing each other's tires. So there's a principle in the law called unclean hands. And that basically means that if you come into court and you're as dirty as the person that you're suing, the judge is not going to honor the deal if the deal is all wrapped up in both sides doing bad things.
My friend was supposed to inherit money, and their aunt used it. Can my friend sue their aunt for the inheritance?
Well, you could sue anybody for anything. So yes, you can sue. Can you prevail? Can you succeed? It sounds to me like maybe Grandpa died and the aunt somehow got a hold of his money
before Grandpa
he died and squandered it or spent. That's what
or spent it on Grandpa's care.
Right, maybe. And I mean, the reality is, if you believe that someone who lives with a relative of yours, a loved one, and that loved one is not able to manage their own affairs for whatever reason, maybe they have dementia in advanced years, and you think that someone's taking advantage of them, you can file a petition with a court to have a conservator or somebody appointed to take over, to look at it, etc.
Right.
And that you would have a hearing and they'd have a chance to be heard as well.
But it sounds to me like from the question that this person was just counting on that when Grandpa dies, there'll be money. What do you mean there's no money? No, that money was spent. Oh, I want my money. Like they were counting on money they didn't have. It's not yours until the death. And they were kind of counting on money they didn't have.
It's never yours until after the person's in the ground, basically, right?
If you're an heir.
But people have to look after the older people in their families. I mean, your mom's going to be
97 this month.
This month, right?
97.
And planning a big party?
Big party. Big party. Mariachis, the whole routine.
Does she still manage all of her finances?
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Well, I don't know. I have a feeling that you're the one who probably pays the bills.
My brother and I are very good about that.
Your brother as well.
Yeah, I got to give him credit.
Very good.
Yeah.
This is the plaintiff, Desiree Castillo. She says the defendant vandalized her car when her son was parked at the bowling alley, and she refuses to pay for the damages caused. The defendant used magic markers to draw vulgar images of private parts and disgusting words, which are now permanently scratched into her car. So she's suing for $2,480, the cost of a new paint job. These are the defendants, Megan and Tammy Auger. Tammy says the plaintiff called her and threatened to have all the kids arrested because they used sponge-tipped glass markers, which are totally washable. The plaintiff is claiming her daughter scratched the paint job of the already beaten-up car. Her daughter didn't cause any of these so-called damages, and she's not going to be scammed by anyone. They're accused of vandalism.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says that her car was vandalized at the hands of the defendant with some vulgar images of body parts, and that just ain't right. But the defendant says the magic markers are washable, and all this woman needs is a good car wash. It's the case of magic body parts.
All right, Ms. Castillo, you are suing Megan Auger and her mother, Tammy Auger, for $2,480 that you say they owe you for damage that Megan did to your car. Tell me what happened.
My son was at the bowling alley bowling, and when he came out, there was paint markers all over his car, his windows, and the passenger
So you have
window.
a son named Anthony, correct?
Yes.
And he goes to school with Megan and Megan's older sister?
Yes,
Okay.
Megan and Allison.
All right, and then what happens? One fine day, Allison gets a great idea, and what is her idea?
Her idea is to go prank some friends and write on their vehicles.
All right.
And my son was at the bowling alley. They, I guess, saw his car in some way, and they did it in the parking lot. There is
Well, your
video
son posted a
surveillance, but I
picture
haven't
of
gotten
that he was in the bowling alley, like he posted on Instagram or something, right?
Yeah, I think it was Snapchat.
All right, so they now figure that he's there, and they do it just to his car, which is your car.
Just to his car.
Just to his car. Okay, so now he comes out, and what is it that they wrote on his car?
It says, "I love."
Okay.
On the side of his car, and
All
there
right.
are pictures of penises down the side on the passenger door and one on the hood.
All right, so I thought these kids had markers and were writing on the windows.
They did write on the windows, but according to the other kids, Megan is the one who wrote on the physical paint of the vehicle.
Didn't anybody try to stop her?
Not as
Were
far
they
as I
trying to
know.
be malicious, or are they friends with your son?
They are all friends. They have written on each other's windows before.
Right.
It's something that kids do. The markers are made for that. I get it. If the scratches were on the window, we wouldn't even be here right now.
Well, there wouldn't be scratches on the window.
Exactly.
What happened? Megan, let me talk to you first. How old are you?
I'm 15.
Okay. What happened that day?
I wrote like penises on the car.
On the body of the car?
Yes.
Was anybody else writing on the body of the car?
Not that I'm aware of.
So why were you writing? If everybody else was writing on the glass, why weren't you writing on the glass?
I didn't really know it was made specifically for Windows.
Specifically for Windows. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So go on. So you just didn't know, and the others weren't watching you. They didn't see and say, wait, don't do that.
No.
What did you draw? You drew penises?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you draw them?
I would say on the hood and one of the back doors.
Okay. And did you even know Anthony?
No.
Okay. So you're along for the ride, and look how things worked out. Yeah. So Ms. Auger, let me hear from you. When did you find out that something had happened?
I received a call sometime in February, and we had a discussion, and it was pretty cordial. And she said that Allison had done that. At that time, I didn't know Megan had done it. Was with her. Her sister never takes her anywhere. But she broke ground with a doozy this time, didn't she? Mm-hmm. How old is Allison? Allison's 18.
Okay. She can pick our next president.
So she called me and told me what happened, and I just got out of the hospital with heart surgery, and I said, you know what, Allie's 18. If she did do something, she should be responsible for it. So I said, she did say that she was going to press charges and get all the kids in felony, and they're going to get kicked out of the academy. And I said, well, I don't think that's right. And she goes, well, I need a paint job out of this. So as it went on, then I found out, I questioned the girls, and Allison said that she did bring Megan, and while they were riding on the back of the car, Megan must have got one of the markers from Allison's car, and they never seen Megan riding it, so that's why they didn't stop her.
Did the kids get arrested?
No, because it wasn't, no one, the officer couldn't see any scratches. He said,
I can see the scratches. I got pictures of it. What do you mean the officer couldn't see scratches?
Right. Well, we went to the car wash where Anthony works.
Okay.
Before that, I was taking her to get her permit, and she said, well, let's try waxing it, and because Anthony works at the car wash. And I said, okay.
Okay, yeah. So she was trying to get it done on the cheap. She wasn't trying to get a paint job out of it. Anthony works at a car wash. She said, well, for $138, maybe it'll buff right out. Right? Like people say, my husband, my husband in particular, who thinks everything is fine and everything's going to buff out. All right. And so they tried that, and then that didn't work. Right.
Right. First it was going to be 60, and then she called back and said it's going to be 130 because it was supposed to be a special orbital wax or something.
Right. And so that didn't work. And so it's only then that she said, you know, it's a paint job. So what your feeling is it shouldn't be because what?
Well, because I've tried, and I have video of this is the sponge. It's a sponge, and it's a sponge. It doesn't scratch.
Well, it's a sponge, right? It's a sponge, and it'll write on glass right away. But it's a sponge encased in plastic, where if you're not seeing what you want to see, you push harder, right? And then your plastic is touching the car, and that's what scratches it. So,
but
yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say? You've tried to replicate it?
No, I did. I went on Allison's car, and I went as hard as I could. I took a video as hard as I could each way.
Why didn't you give Miss Castillo a chance to go to Allison's car and do that? I think that we might have not even had to do the case if we. Anthony did. Tell me about that.
They were at the school, and Anthony went not with a sponge, but he went with a knife, and he goes an eye for an eye. It's all just call it even.
And
but
did
he
what?
didn't actually do it. But
he didn't do it.
To Allison's car.
Did he do it or he didn't do it?
No, he didn't actually do it.
Are they still friends?
Well, it's fun. Strange because they're good. Anthony, before his mom got involved, he said those scratches were there. He goes,
I'm sorry.
Good.
Stop. Who said those scratches were there?
Anthony.
Do you have any proof of what you just said?
My daughter isn't here.
Would that be a no to my question? You don't have proof of what you just said. All right. Did Anthony ever tell you, Mom, come on, those scratches were already there, Ms. Castillo?
No, there are scratches on the paint. And if I can just kind of clarify what it was she said. This happened on February 28th. I did not call the cops to file a report till March 1st. The car was orbitally waxed on March 3rd, and I waited until March 23rd to press charges. I did have multiple conversations with Allison and Megan's mom, Tammy, as well as the boy's mom, and Miss Auger didn't even pay for the orbital wax. One of the boys' moms did. Happens to be one of the boys that didn't even write on the vehicle.
Okay.
I paid her for it. I reimbursed her for it.
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
All right. Is Anthony available?
He is. He's right next to me.
I'd like to talk to him, please.
Absolutely.
Raise your right hand, please.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Anthony. I know it's a 2014 Honda, so it's been around the block, but I'd like to know, are the scratches that I see on the car, were they there before, or were they caused by this event?
No, ma'am. They were caused by the event.
Okay. And is this a car that you drive?
Yes, ma'am. I drive to work and school and stuff like that.
Okay. What part of the car is this, Anthony?
Oh, that's, I have a 2-door coupe, so that's like behind the back door.
And what was written here?
That was the I love, that was right there.
Is that the V of love?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this after or before the wax?
This is before.
What part of the car am I looking at here? Oh, I see. That's the door handle.
That's
I got
the passenger side door. Just right above that, there was a penis right there also.
This is after the wax?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And this is the V of love?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
After the wax.
And this is after the wax, and it's still there. All right. Ms. Auger, young Ms. Auger, Megan, honey, I know you're 15, but if you're pressing hard on someone, you know, like it's not going to be funny. It's going to leave scratches if you're pressing like that. And I can see even after the wax that there's scratches in the word love. Yeah, I can see what I think is a penis, but it could be a circle. It could be argued that it's something else, but the word love is unmistakably still there even after the wax job. So have you learned anything? And do you understand that a prank could be fun, but doing damage to someone's property, maybe not such a great idea? Ms. Auger, I realize it's a 2014 Honda. You could put your mom back on, Mr. Castillo. Ms. Tammy Auger, I realize that it's a 2014 Honda, but do you realize how much paint jobs cost?
But another thing too, I have another picture here. The back of the car has no paint on it. It is bare to the metal.
Yeah, here's the thing.
So
you can't do damage to a car and then say, well, it was a crappy car anyway, so just eat the damage I did. That's not how it works. You take your plaintiff as you find him. So, yeah, you can't do damage to the car and then say, but it was so crappy anyway. That's not a defense. So I'm going to assume that it has 9 years of wear and tear all over it. But the problem is that in really big letters, I can still see the O and the V of the word love. So you're not going to be able to get out of this. And when I say you, be there no mistake, Ms. Auger, I am referring to you, not your mom. Because you're 15 years old, you're in the state of Florida, and your mom would only be responsible if she put a dangerous instrumentality into your hands, which she didn't. I take it she did not give you the markers, did not know what you were up to. So there's no parental responsibility in this case. The verdict in this case is going to be against you, Ms. Auger. So I suggest you get some summer jobs so that you can pay this off. The verdict is good for 10 years in the state of Florida, and it can be renewed for another 10 after that. That is my verdict, $2,480. Verdict for the plaintiff.
So the plaintiff prevails, and the judge finds against 15-year-old Megan for $2,480. Megan, let me talk to you and ask you how you feel about this. You've been found guilty in court at the age of 15. What are you thinking?
I don't even have any words.
You have no words? Are you embarrassed? Do you feel bad? Seriously, you must feel somewhat. How do you feel?
I do feel bad for what I caused.
I know you said you did this, but I never heard you explain why you wrote what you wrote on the car. Why did you do that?
I thought it would be funny, but I didn't know it would leave any scratches or anything like that.
Not so funny. Let me ask you one other question now. You've got a judgment against you that the judge told you it's good for 10 years and can be renewed for almost $2,500. How are you going to pay it back?
Need to find a job, I guess.
Yeah. Ms. Auger, let me ask you, the judgment is against her. Are you going to help her out and pay this judgment to the plaintiff, or what?
No, I'm not. She can work with her father and work it off.
All right. Well, there you go. Okay, Ms. Castillo, you have prevailed. I don't know, how soon you're going to get your money from the defendant here. What are you thinking?
I'm just happy that I'm able to get the money to fix the car. That's all I was really trying to do. I didn't want to get anybody in trouble, and I thought I made that pretty clear.
You think you've taught the defendant a lesson by doing this?
I sure hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. All right, well, listen, I hope you get your car repaired and you can get the scratches out with the new paint job. Good luck to you, all right?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, Harvey?
Okay, Doug, so a lot of people wonder, why the heck would you sue a 15-year-old who probably has little or no money? Well, there is a reason that sometimes, especially if the parent isn't liable, you can sue a 15-year-old, and that judgment is good for 10 years and can even be renewed for another 10 years in most states. So a pauper today, maybe a prince tomorrow. So the idea is, if you are persistent and you're willing to wait and you can wait, ultimately, suing a minor can pay off.
What was it like teaching your daughters to drive?
Well, all of our daughters learned how to drive for the first time in a 2000 Honda Odyssey van. up on the mountaintop in North Carolina.
Right. On a dirt road.
On a dirt road that was ours, so that
right.
nothing bad could happen that wasn't ours.
Plus, that 2000 Odyssey has it's close to 100,000 miles on it. It's pretty.
Yeah.
You know, it's well broken in.
It's broken in. It's broken
in nicely.
Yes.
Like an old slipper.
Right.
Right.
So. Yeah, I don't have a whole. I'm not. This is going to come as a rousing shock to you, but I don't have a whole lot of patience. So I'm pretty sure you probably handled that a lot.
I might have done the lion's share.
Right.
Of that,
I would drive to school with them. I would sit in the passenger seat, and then they would drive to school because I wanted them to get a lot of practice.
Yeah.
So that we did that whole year when they had their restricted. But
that's right.
I would have my heart in my throat the whole time.
Well, it's funny. You know, I want to say that. The lessons really took well and everything went great, but yesterday, while we were here taping, I received this text message from one of the kids.
Was there any
minivan? It got roughed up a little bit.
Our brand new Pacifica minivan
that
got a little roughed up
and,
when she hit a pole.
She texted me, and I think she wanted me to text back, "Oh, don't worry, that'll buff right out."
Right, exactly.
That's not good.
That's not buffing out. It's funny she didn't text me that picture. She just texted you that picture.
She was hoping that
you would soften the blow and
fade the heat.
I would fade the heat
when you found out.
Right.
So, anyway, let's go into the body shop this week.
Yep.